Greetings, welcome to Facts About Everything. I'm your host, James Egan. With the release of the trailer of Frozen 2, I'm expecting there to be 5,000 kajillion videos about Frozen. So if you're a fan of Frozen, which nearly everybody is, it's nearly impossible for me to say a fact that you don't know. So let me try and find one that's a bit more obscure. Frozen is the very first Disney film ever that succeeds at the Bechdel Test. The Bechdel Test represents whether a work of fiction has two female characters that talk to each other about something other than a man. That's right, that doesn't happen one time in any other Disney film. In fact, many franchises fail at this test, including the Star Wars series, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and every Harry Potter film bar one. This test was devised to prove that stories can be sexist, as men tend to be the focus, and any main female characters focus on another man. So Frozen women empowerment, yeah! And that is the first fact about Frozen. Let's dive in. Special thanks to these fine people for asking me to do a video about Frozen. Thanks guys, and as always, keep your suggestions coming. Elsa was supposed to have blue hair. The short Get a Horse was shown in the cinema before this film. I totally forgot about that, that was great. Elsa is 21, Anna is 18, Hans is 23. This film is based on Hans Christian Andersen's story, The Snow Queen. It's also worth mentioning that The Snow Queen was the first play I ever saw, and it absolutely blew my mind. Hans Christian Andersen's name is referenced with 4 of the characters' names: Hans, Kristoff, Anna, and Sven. Elsa was supposed to turn into the main villain when she fled from the village. After executives heard the song Let It Go, they changed their mind. When I went to the cinema, I went to the bathroom for a few minutes. I think I missed that one. When Elsa was going to be the villain, she was going to wear a dress made of weasels. A woman tried to sue Disney because she believed that Frozen was a retelling of her 2010 biography. Some of these similarities, she pointed out, included intense sisterly love, recluse sister, and above all, 2 male characters. Originally, Anna and Elsa weren't related. The story takes place in the 1840s. Originally, it was going to take place in the 1700s. The characters wear Norwegian clothing. Originally, they were going to wear Russian garments. The film cost $150 million. It made $1,276,480,335, making it the most successful animated film at the time. At the time of its release, it was the 8th most successful film ever. Josh Gad voices Olaf. He improvised a lot of his dialogue. Okay, this one's really damn cute. Gad took his daughter to the cinema to see Monster University when she was 4 years old. Before the film started, there was a trailer for Frozen that shows Olaf laughing. Gad's daughter instantly recognized her father's laugh and said, "That's Dada, more Dada." Gad immediately started crying. Elsa's castle was animated by 50 people. 3 actresses were needed to sing Do You Want to Build a Snowman? A live reindeer was brought into the studio so the animators could make Sven look more realistic. Kerry Wilson filed a lawsuit against Disney as she believed the teaser trailer for Frozen was based on her 2014 short film, The Snowman. Rapunzel and Flynn can be seen when the gates open during the For the First Time in Forever song. The United States suffered the coldest winter in years the same year this film was released. Many Americans joked that Elsa was responsible. Okay, I already said about the Bechdel test. That's great, about women. Yeah, but it's not perfect. Although the 2 main characters are female, less than 50% of the dialogue is spoken by female characters. Okay, this next one's a bit of a quiz. I'm going to tell you the first bit of this fact, and then I'll tell you the answer in 5 facts or so. Ready? Here we go. Elsa is the 2nd Disney princess to become a queen. What was the first Disney film where that happened? I'll get back to you. The film has a post-credit scene. Kristen Bell voices Anna. Her daughters don't like the film. Kristen Bell has a habit of biting a lip. This was incorporated into the character. Hans' horse is called Citron. Citron is Norwegian for lemon. Elsa has 420,000 strands of hair, which is 15 times more hair than Rapunzel in Tangled. Okay, Elsa was the 2nd Disney princess to become queen. Have you figured it out? The first Disney movie where that happened was Kida in Atlantis, The Lost Empire. Jack Whitehall voiced one of the trolls, but his dialogue was cut. When Jack Whitehall heard about this, he rang up the agent and asked what happened, and they said, "We decided for your character to be a non-speaking role." He said, "It's a cartoon. If it's non-speaking, then I'm just not in the movie." Idina Menzel voices Elsa. This is the 3rd time she's collaborated with Disney. She voices the sorceress Circe in the animated series Hercules, and she played Nancy in the film Enchanted. The animators had to wear dresses and run through snow to get a sense of how a dress moved in blizzard. These animators were men. Hans mentions that he has 12 older brothers. This means that he is the 13th child, which implies his evil nature. Idina Menzel's son bragged that her mum sings the song Let It Go. When he said this in school, one kid said, "So does everyone else." Let It Go has been recorded in at least 41 languages. 3 million hours went into making this film over 2.5 years. The colors in Elsa's ice castle represent her feelings. Blue represents happy, red represents fear, and yellow represents anger. Do You Want to Build a Snowman was nearly cut. Sven was nearly called Thor. The snow monster is called Marshmallow. When Marshmallow screams, its gestures and facial expressions are identical to where Sully roars in Monsters, Inc. Also, let me know if you want me to do a video about Monsters, Inc. Olaf's name is a reference to Olaf. The first and last thing that the king says is Elsa. This was the third most successful film of 2013. It was beaten by The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Iron Man 3. Jennifer Lee directed Frozen. This was her directorial debut. She was the first woman to direct a Disney animated feature. Jennifer Lee is also the first woman to write the screenplay for an animated Disney film since Beauty and the Beast. Weirdly, Jennifer Lee was never supposed to direct the movie. Originally, she was a screenwriter. Elsa and Kristoff never speak to each other. A psychotherapist called Dr. Jill Squires concluded that Elsa has borderline personality disorder. It took 9 months to animate Elsa's castle. 600 people made this film. Anna's horse is called Kjek, which means handsome in Norwegian. Anna is the only Disney princess to perform a duet with the villain. In most films, good characters wear bright clothes and villains wear dark clothes. In this film, the villain wears the brightest colors. In 2013, an animated film called The Legend of Sarala was released. The creators changed the title to Frozen Land when it was released in the US to capitalize on the success of Frozen. Even the font of the title was the same as Frozen, and the main character was wearing the same colors as Anna. The filmmakers hoped consumers would think the movie was connected to Frozen, even though the story revolves around Eskimos and shamans. Walt Disney wanted to make this movie back in the 1940s. The film won 2 Oscars, 2 BAFTAs, and a Golden Globe. Elsa's original look was based on Amy Winehouse. 2 of the guards are called Kai and Gerda. This is the name of the 2 characters in the original story, the Snow Queen. By the way, this film has next to nothing in common with the original story. There is an ice person that can control ice, and that's where the similarities end. The movie is 102 minutes long, only 24 minutes is dedicated to songs. Santino Fontana voices Hans. He originally auditioned for Kristoff. Santino Fontana sang I Feel Pretty for his audition. Marshmallow was originally going to look like a gigantic version of Olaf. When Marshmallow throws Anna, she loses her hat. She has her hat back in the next scene, making this the most unrealistic film ever made. The movie was supposed to be in 2D. 312 different faces were created for the characters in this film, which is more than any other Disney film at the time. The most complex frames in this movie were when Elsa walks onto the balcony of her castle. It took 132 hours to render a single frame. Let It Go was written in 1 day. It was written by Robert Lopez, who has also written music for The Book of Mormon and Avenue Q. There is absolutely no explanation why Elsa can create ice. In the original script, one child is born with ice powers every millennium when the planets align with Saturn. The film spawned a short called Frozen Fever in 2015. It took 6 months to make the short. When Elsa sneezes in Frozen Fever, she creates mini snowmen called Snowgies. Baymax from Big Hero 6 cameos as one of the Snowgies. In the original script of Frozen Fever, Elsa created Olafs every time she sneezed. The writers decided not to do this as they didn't want to oversaturate the character. And the final fact, some people get so angry when I say this, but I just have to say it. There's been an internet rumor for years that Elsa's parents didn't die at sea. Elsa's father and mother, who was pregnant, were washed ashore. Shortly after her mother gave birth, the parents were killed by a wild animal, and their child grew up to be Tarzan. The director has confirmed that this theory is true, meaning that Tarzan and Elsa are brother and sister. And people say it's ridiculous because obviously Tarzan is English and Elsa's family are Scandinavian, and it doesn't say that in the original books. Yes, but in the original book of Frozen, The Snow Queen, an evil troll makes a magic mirror that reflects the ugly side of whoever looks into it, and then he flies to heaven to make God himself look foolish in the mirror, and then it shatters into a million pieces, and each piece finds her way into the heart of humanity. None of that's in the movie. But they're Scandinavian, so it's unrealistic. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Please let me know if there's any other Disney classics you want me to do a video about, and I'll upload it as soon as possible. To learn more facts, check out my books. They're available on Amazon on paperback and Kindle. Thanks for watching. See you again.